Yeah.
Yeah.
Fit. A little golf in the news today?
Haven't been a ball.
Yeah.
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 Fit. A little golf in the news today?
Yeah. Do have golf in the news today. Old T.C. Chen. Neither rain, chill, wind, nothing can stop this guy. He's amazing. T.Z. Chen continues to lead the U.S. Open after the third-round score today of 1 under 69. That gives him a 203 for 3 rounds. This guy's amazing. Look at this. He's in the tall grass, bangs out the ball in the rain, and look where it goes. Amazing kind of stuff. The guy can't miss. He's got magic in that putter. There's the umbrella. He says, hey, this isn't Seattle, but, hey, it's the U.S. Open. Watch him now. He drops the putt in right here. He goes 7 under. That's on the second hole. So he gets out of trouble there. Look at him here. He's in trouble again in the deep grass again. Watch him bang this ball. Got to keep it low so he didn't hit the tree, and watch where the thing goes. This one comes up about 4 feet from the cup. Naturally, he taps that back in. Then Rick Fair of Seattle. He's in good shape. He's 6 back, but he hits that putt right there. Look at this one by Chen. You can't do it any better than this, folks. Reads the green perfectly. In the cup it goes. So Chen is the leader right now. Andy North is 2 back. Dave Barr 5 back, and Rick Fair is 6 back. Well, the Mariners play the Royals again tonight. Minutes from now at 7:05, Matt Young, about the only healthy starter the Mariners have, will go for the M's against Charlie Lebrand of Kansas City. Last night, the M's bats really came alive. They produced 3 home runs and a 13-5 win. The first one off Danny Jackson. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on, and ooh, that one is going into the seats, folks. No question about it. No souvenir. It's going into orbit. Way up there over the railing, over the tunnel, and it's Bob Kearney with a home run. Then we move on to the 5th inning. The Mariners get 7, including this blast by Gorman Thomas. Really hits it out. That's about, what, 9, 10 home runs for Gorman this year? Nice job there. Watch this one. This is King Kong stuff here. Alvin really nails this one. It goes out on a line drive and hits up there on the second facing, drops to the ground, and the M's come up with 13 runs last night. Well, hope they can do it again tonight. They'll need it. The Mariners face a must-win situation because I'll tell you who won today. The White Sox beat California. They're playing that thing down there in California for the lead. California today beaten by the White Sox 3-2. Take a look here. Oscar Gamble's the hitter. He fights that ball off and nails it and goes down the left field line. Brian Downing's going to corral the thing, but that is Mr. Walker scoring right there, and it's a 2-2 tie. Greg Walker scores. Gamble's on second. Then Harold Baines comes up and drives the winner in over Dick Schofield Jr. there. It gets all the way to the wall. Fooled the cameraman. Fooled Brian Downing, who falls down fielding the ball. By the time he gets it back in, Rudy Law scores the winning run, and the Sox go in and win it today by a 3-2 count. All right, the scores. Seattle tonight, 7:05 with KC. There is the California-Chicago score. Minnesota and Texas will play later. Cleveland beaten by Oakland today. Jay Howell gets his 13th save in that one. Boston trails Toronto by only 4.5 now as the Red Sox win again today. Ooh, could trouble be brewing in New York? The Yankees lose again today. Detroit is only 3.5 back. And Milwaukee beaten by Baltimore. The Earl has not lost since his return to the Diamond. 7-5, they beat Milwaukee today. In the National League, just 3 games complete. The Cards over Chicago. 4-hitter by Danny Cox, and Jack Clark hit his 14th home run in that one. And Los Angeles beat Houston 3-zip. And San Diego down San Francisco 1-0. All shutouts today. News not so good for the Husky crew today as they came in 3rd at the National Rowing Championship event back in Cincinnati. After leading most of the race, the Huskies were beaten in the last minute by Harvard, who was 1st, and Princeton, who was 2nd. The Huskies came in about 12 feet behind. Now, all 8 of the Husky crew members are underclassmen, so they'll be back next year and try it again. Well, you're about to see some running folks out tomorrow. Tomorrow, I should say, we will have a special on this, but today was the run, the Dad and Me Rain City Classic. Over 2,000 runners participated, with all the proceeds here going to Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Nice weather for the run. Here's the first finisher, Steve Ortiz, in 29 minutes and 31 seconds for the men. On the women's side, Denise Ball, right here, runs the 6.2 miles in 36 minutes and 37 seconds. And as I said, tomorrow, you can see a special on the entire Dad and Me Fun Run at 4:30 tomorrow for a half hour here on Carver TV. Well, the National Hockey League had its draft today. 3 Seattle Breakers were chosen. In the 7th round, Brian McFarland went to Vancouver. In the 8th, Larry Bernard to the New York Rangers. And the 9th, Jamie Huscroft went to New Jersey. The first player taken was in the league, Saskatchewan's Wendell Clark. First player overall went to Toronto. For former Seattleite, as we switch to boxing, WBC champ Pinklin Thomas defends his title tonight against Mike Weaver. Pinky, as his friends call him, wants Larry Holmes, however.
You tell Peanut Head Larry Holmes I want him. If he's at ringside, I got a block of Swiss cheese and I'm going to throw it at him. And if he's not a man, he's a mouse.
I don't think I'd call him Pinky.
Peanut Head? Well, if he can call Larry Holmes Peanut Head and throw a block of cheese, maybe I should throw a block of cheese at you when you're not nice to me.
I'm always nice to you.
Or throw it at Jay when the weather's not nice.
Well, that's coming up next, and you won't have to throw anything at Jay because the weather's going to be great. Still to come, Jay's Father's Day forecast and an idea for a Dad's Day outing.
This month, all Kraft stove and waterbed.
With no hassle and no surprises. I did it, and you can do it too, with a little help from University Federal Savings.
Briazzo, it's not a pizza. Briazzo, it's not a pizza. Briazzo, it's not a pizza, but you'll find it's only at Pizza Hut.
Dads and kids of all ages are tying up their tennis shoes and hitting the road for Father's Day. It's the Dad and Me Rain City Classic. Grandfathers, fathers, sons, and daughters, 2,000 of them are running just for the fun of it. Half a mile or the full 10K, it's a celebration for the whole family. And your family can join in on the fun. Watch the Dad and Me Rain City Classic, a Cairo community special, Sunday at 4:30, right here on Cairo TV, Channel 7.
This is the future. The Snapper lawn machine. A triumph in engineering, design, and workmanship. We make it tough with our patented steel deck. Easy with instant electronic ignition. And exclusive with Snapper's original high vacuum cut and cleanup system. The Snapper lawn machine.
Your old mower brings a liberal trade-in on a new Snapper mower now. And you also get a valuable work-saving attachment free. Hurry, offer ends soon.
So good baseball news?
Yeah, a lot of good baseball news. 2 in a row. I'm on a roll here. 2 nights into I anchor the sports, and we have 2 wins. The Mariners do. Matt Young was as fine as the Seattle Sunshine today, limiting the Kansas City Royals to just 1 run, while the Mariners picked up a couple in a 2-1 win tonight over Kansas City. Take a look, and a lot of defense in this one. We go to the bottom of the second. Jimmy Presley reaches out, gets a pitch, sends it to center field. Willie Wilson back there, and he's got it, throws it back in, but Gorman Thomas was on third, sacrifice fly. 1-0, Royals tie 1-1, and Jack Mercati's infield singles bring home Alvin Davis. Now we got Darnell Coles in the pickle here, the rundown, and this will end the inning when they finally run Darnell down here, and they will do that, I guarantee it. It's 2-1 Mariners. Now the rest is defense. Lonnie Smith grounds to Jimmy Presley, the 9th assist in the game for Jimmy. That ties a club record for individual assists in a game. Now, here is Darryl Motley. He grounds to Spike Owen, who flips it to Percani. A great play here. The play ties a Major League record for most infield assists set by the Dodgers in 1935 and the Detroit Tigers in 1901. How far back do we carry these stats? Anyway, final out. Eddie Vandenberg gets George Brett on the ground right there to Alvin Davis. Final, Mariners 2, Royals 1. Some big records tonight. All right, Chicago beat California 3-2. Texas down Minnesota 11-2. It was Oakland outlasting Cleveland 8-6. Boston continues to win. They beat Toronto again today 7-5. Detroit down New York 10-8. And it was Baltimore winning another one for Earl Weaver 7-5 today. Well, in the National League, the Cards continue to roll. They are only 2 games out of the top spot in the East in the National League. They beat Chicago today in Wrigley 2-zip. Watch here. The Cards have Vince Coleman. This guy can fly. You want to make the catch. Davey Lopes should have had that ball. Vince Coleman's got some great speed, and he's into third base. Love to watch this guy run. Easy stand-up triple for Vince Coleman. Watch Jack Clark come up here. Jack's got 13 home runs until this pitch. Boom. Number 14, that's into the seats. That accounts for both of the Cardinals' runs. They are 2 games behind the Cubs in the National League East. And here you see the National League scores. There it is, 2-zip. The Cards over Chicago. Montreal beat the Mets today 3-2. The Phillies outlast Pittsburgh 13-3. Atlanta down Cincinnati 7-0. The Dodgers with Oral Hershiser pitching a shutout, 3-0 over Houston, and San Diego beat San Francisco 1-0. Tonight in the PCL, it was Vancouver 5 and Tacoma 2. There we are. News not so good from the Husky crew today. They came in third at the National Rowing Championship back in Cincinnati after leading the race most of the way. They were beaten in the last minute by Harvard, who came in first, and Princeton, who came in second. Huskies were behind about 12 feet when the final tick-tocked, or whatever. Terrible weather at the U.S. Open today. T.Z. Chin, though, says, hey, I don't care about the rotten weather. It was rainy, but he continues to lead the U.S. Open with a third-round score today of 1 under 69. He's got a 3-round total of 203. This guy is just a super golfer. Into the high grass, he knocks the ball out, and watch where it goes. Great. Sets him up in the rain. I said it was nasty. He's carrying an umbrella. That makes a short 7-foot birdie putt right here, and that puts him 7 under. Now, he had trouble again on the next hole. That was the second. Here's the third. He has to knock the ball out, keep it low so it doesn't hit that tree right there. He's really in trouble. Watch where this one goes. You think these guys do this with mirrors? Super play. All right, here's Rick Ferris, Seattle. He knocks it in. He's just a few back of the leader. But the real story today, Chen. Watch this play. Boom, or play, shot. Putt. There we go. We'll get the terminologies right. All right, and then Andy North has got to have the putt of the day right here. A 60-footer drops in. North is 2 back, Dave Barr 5 back, and Rick Ferris, we talked about him from Seattle, he is 6 back. Freddie Couples quite a ways down the road for that one. In boxing, Pinklin Thomas, also of Seattle, knocked out Mike Weaver tonight with a hard right hand in the 8th round. Weaver had been knocked down in the first, held on, came back, fought pretty well, but then Thomas nailed him in the 8th round and knocked him out. Thomas immediately challenged Larry Holmes, who he calls Peanut Head, to a championship fight. Says, come on out and fight the real champ, Peanut Head. Boy, you got to have guts to call him Peanut Head. This is the beginning of the Dad and Me Range City Classic today at Seward Park. Over 2,000 runners participate. All the proceeds go to the Big Brothers and Sisters Association. Nice weather for the run on this nice day. There's the first finisher, Steve Ortiz, in a 29-minute and 31-second time. Here comes the first lady finisher. Her name is Denise Ball. She ran the 6.2-mile course in 36 minutes and 37 seconds. And tomorrow, if you're in the house tomorrow on a lovely day, about 4:30, we'll have that race for you right here on Cairo TV at 4:30. It's a half-hour special. National Hockey League had their draft today. 3 Seattle Breakers were chosen. In the 7th round, Brian McFarland went to Vancouver. In the 8th round, Larry Bernard was taken by the New York Rangers. In the 9th, Jamie Huscroft went to New Jersey. Pay and Pack won again tonight. 2 games, as a matter of fact, 1-0 and 1-0. Jimmy Moore pitched a perfect game for his 21st win in the second game. Pack is 41-4.
They're a great team.
Isn't that incredible? 41-4.
I so enjoyed your sportscast, but I know we have a story coming up that you'll love, Terry.
I know that I will. I love the news.
Yeah.
I'm a news lover.
Yeah, right after Jay with the sunny afternoon weather forecast, we'll take a look at the latest farm device used to detect cow lust.
I love it.
This dip is filthy. Yeah, isn't it great? Hey, where's the mobile station? Why go there? Mobile super unleaded gives my turbo...
Who looks after your investments? Your stockbroker, your banker, your realtor, and your Puget Sound Honda dealer. That's right. We look at your Honda as an investment. Invest low. Honda is known for low prices. Resell high. Honda has traditionally one of the highest resale values. And your Puget Sound Honda dealers have the finest service departments to keep your investment in top shape. Don't just buy a car. Make an investment at your Puget Sound Honda dealer.
There's a lot of talk today about the movers and the shakers.
Oh, and then I got to call,
Now, we'd suggest that while the shakers are going through the motions,
Zinkman? When am I going to have time to call Zinkman?
they aren't necessarily getting anywhere.
Cancel Collins? No, I'll shuffle Binker. That way I can move the... Next.
The movers, on the other hand,
Hello, Mr. Zinkman.
are making their motions count with Vector One cellular mobile phone service. It could be the difference between going somewhere and getting somewhere.
Finally, a radio station on your FM dial is playing quality music. KQ96.
Quality music, Hall & Oates, Chicago.
KQ96 plays quality hits.
My kind of quality hit? Neil Diamond.
KQ96 plays your favorite quality hits.
I like the variety. The Beatles and Motown.
KQ96 FM, a variety of quality music. The Q means quality.
I'll bet KQ96 is playing one of your favorite quality hits right now.
Every week you'll find over 1,000 money-saving shoe buys at QFC, plus many more advertised specials, like our Draper Valley Washington-grown Best of Fryer at 99 cents a pound. U.S. Choice boneless beef chuck steak for $1.39 a pound, and Washington medium cheddar cheese, a 2-pound loaf, $3.99.
And there's something new at QFC, See First cash machines. So now you can do your banking while you buy your groceries.
Look for the See First cash machine at the QFC where you shop.
Some famous sports guy told me once that good pitching will win baseball games, and I guess he was right. Take it, famous sports guy.
That sure is the truth, and the Mariners have got, 2-3 pitching performances now in a row that are tough to beat. Another great win today by the Yams and a 2-1 win over Kansas City. Rookie Billy Swift pitched one-run baseball into the 8th today, then got help from Carl Best and picked up his second win. Best did. Take a look here at the highlights early in the second inning. Ivan Calderon rips one down the line. That's down the left field line. Jack Percotti had doubled. Phil Bradley had singled, and Percotti scores right here. And the Mariners lead 1-0. Royals tie in the 5th. The ball gets past Jack Percotti into right field, and that scores a Royal run. We're tied at 1. Here's Billy Swift. Watch him get Willie Wilson. Watch this ball. Zoop. Little mustard on that one. In the 9th, here's the game winner. Jimmy Presley will single following Barry Bonnell's double, and the Mariners pick up the win this afternoon by a score of 2-1, and they win 3 in a row from Kansas City. After dropping the first, there's Barry crossing the plate. The Mariners win it by a 2-1 margin. California beats Chicago, so the M's trail now by 6 in the American League West. Minnesota and Texas, this game is in progress. It was Oakland taking a pair, 2-1 and 11-6 over hapless Cleveland today. Boston has won again. They have won 16 of their last 18. They are only 3 back now in the American League East. New York over Detroit 2-1, and Baltimore down Milwaukee. They have not lost under Earl Weaver. That final 9-1. The Cards are closing in on the Cubs. They're only 1 game out of the top spot now as they beat Chicago 5-2. The Mets over Montreal 7-2. It was Philadelphia 3-2 over Pittsburgh. Cincinnati down Atlanta 6-5. The Dodger-Houston game is in progress. San Francisco down San Diego 7-3. And today, Tacoma beat Vancouver by a 7-4 score. Well, at the U.S. Open, collapse was the word. I've never seen so many good golfers collapse all at once. But at the end, Andy North came out the winner with the 279 total. 3 were tied for second, including T.C. Chen. Take a look here. We're looking at the leader of the first 3 rounds. Look at Chen. Hit that ball twice, and he still doesn't get it out of the grass. He took a quadruple bogey on that hole. That about takes care of him. Andy North second yesterday, 2 strokes back. He hits out of the bunker into the gallery. Now North gets things going on the 13th. He hits this one and picks up a 2-stroke lead right there. North on the 17th hits out of the bunker. Watch this one. You can't do it any better as North really got his game going. He drops that in for a birdie. Now, despite his earlier problems, Chen has a chance to tie if he can hold this shot on the 18th. But, as you see, close but no cigar for T.C. Chen. All North has to do on the 18th is dump that in, which he does. All he had to do is bogey it. And he does that, and he's the winner today of the U.S. Open. And here's the leaderboard. North with a 279. It was Dave Barr with a 280, T.C. Chen 280, Dennis Watson at 280, Freddie Couples in at 290, 11 back, and Rick Fair had a pretty good tournament, 283, 4 back of North in the lead. Well, watch the right side of your screen. You'll see Brian Smetzer knock the guy down. That means red card. We're looking at FC Seattle against their rivalry today. Guadalajara of Mexico was in to play some ball. Brian Smetzer got a red card, ejected from the game. Final score, we don't have it yet. The game was played late this afternoon, starting about 4, so it's probably over by now. It was a 2-2 tie when we had these highlights from over at Memorial. We'll have the final tonight on the 11 o'clock news. On the hydro circuit today, they took their traveling show to Syracuse. The winner of the second race of the year, the Budweiser with Jim Cropfield. Cropfield had to drive his boat through a wall of water kicked up by 7-Eleven driver Steve Reynolds. The 2 involved in the mishap. Reynolds got disqualified for the incident. The Bud averaged 106 miles an hour. By the way, the American Speedy Printing was second, the U-22 third, the Executone, winner of last week's race, fourth, and the Oh Boy Oberto was fifth. By the way, Kenny Toyota driver Leif Borgeson escaped serious injury when his boat flipped in an earlier heat. Borgeson suffered a broken ankle. Well, we go from hydros to Indy cars. This is Mario Andretti passing Al Unser Jr. with about 20 laps to go today, and Andretti never relinquishes the lead. He finishes the Portland IndyCar race first place. It is his 45th win on the Indy circuit. By the way, he got in with an 18-second pit crew stop. That is a record for Indy cars. 18 seconds to change tires and gas Andretti up. I wish I could pull into 7-Eleven and have that kind of service. Pro Bowlers Tour today as we get out of the car racing highlights. At Leilani Lanes, they started the PBA bowling tournament. George Papp is second. Dennis Jakes is first. And Pan-Pac won 2 more games today. Routine, they are 43-4 on the year. Beat Vancouver twice.
About that 18-second pit stop, I can't even get out of my car in 18 seconds.
What happened to the good old days when you could pull in, get your windows washed, get gas,
that is
oil
old
checked?
days. Old
Yeah,
days.
right. Now you can buy a loaf of bread at the same time
Long
you get
before
gas.
my time. The weather is next, and then we'll update that situation in Beirut where that hijacked TWA jetliner is still on the runway. Stay with us.
Hey, Jack Rondersoul.
You won't be twice the man either.
We've all been to parties and have watched our friends drive away after drinking. How would you feel if that was the last time you saw them? Don't let your friends drink and drive.
Everybody had such high hopes for the pitching staff this year, and then they all got shot down.
Yeah, but it's a different group of guys doing it. It's pretty neat. Really fun to watch them. All the injuries of the Mariner pitching staff, as I said before, you wouldn't figure the team would win back-to-back 2-1 games. Matt Young last night, but that's exactly what happened today. Rookie Billy Swift and Carl Best came in relief, and they combined to hold the Royals to just 1 measly run today. And the Mariners pick up their 3rd straight win. It was fun at the old ball yard, bottom of the 2nd of Calderon. Rip City down the line. And Jack Percotti had doubled. Phil Bradley had singled him to 2nd. And Phillip and the boys get together and add up a run right there. All right, Willie Wilson grounds one through the infield. That scores a run, and we're tied at 1-all. Now we move into the late going. Watch Billy Swift strike out Willie Wilson. What was on that ball? A little mustard, maybe. Watch Carl Best. He comes in here. And watch this one. John Wathan says, what was that? He's still trying to figure it out. Was it a strike? You betcha, Johnny. Get out of here. We don't want you anymore. Now watch Jimmy Presley. This is a single through the infield by the Mariner third baseman. Another run scores, and this is the winner. Barry Bonnell had doubled to open the 9th inning, and the Mariners win it by a 2-1 count. All right, the Mariners close now. They're within 6 games of the division-leading Chicago White Sox. California beat the Sox this afternoon 3-1. Got some fun highlights. Sox manager Tony La Russa is on the phone calling for help for Carlton Fisk, who thought he hit a home run. Look at here. Watch Downing. Brian Downing makes a super catch in left field, robs Carlton Fisk. Well, the next hitter up on the highlight package, Reggie Jackson hits one way out of the ballpark. Home run 511 for his career. And the Angels lead by a score of 1-0. Watch Oscar Gamble. Watch this ball go by. Another one with something on it. Oscar says, what was that? Come on up. Give me a break. Says, I'll give you a break. I'll give you an early shower. It's a hot day in California, so Oscar's gone. Now, Fisk needs more help. Watch Bob Boone take another at-bat away from him. Nobody helps him. Falls into the dugout, but makes the catch. Nice catch, Bob Boone. All right, we check the scores. Seattle 2-1 over Kansas City. California on top of the Sox 3-1. Minnesota down Texas 4-1. And the A's take a pair from Cleveland. The Indians have lost 40 games already. 16 of the last 18 wins for Boston. They swept the series with Toronto and now trail by 3.5. The Yankees beat Detroit today 2-1, and Baltimore has not lost under Earl Weaver. They beat Milwaukee today 9-1. In the National League, Cards really rolling. They beat Chicago again today 5-2. The Mets over Montreal 7-2. Phillies down Pittsburgh 3-2. Cincinnati beat Atlanta by 1. The Dodgers over Houston 9-zip. The Giants, look at this score. Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. They won a doubleheader today from San Diego and Tacoma. Today in the Coast League, beat Vancouver by a 7-4 score. Well, today's U.S. Open golf tournament was not won but lost, as all the leaders tried numerous times to lose the tournament. When it was all said and done, Andy North was the winner of the tournament. Watch T.Z. Chin here, who was the leader through all 3 of the rounds here. Watch it, he hits the ball twice. He was in the rough, and he's still in the rough. He takes a quadruple bogey on that, and that just about does you in. But Andy North helped out. He goes from 1 bunker into the gallery. I'll help you out, TZ. But here's North. Gets things together on the 13th. Puts it right in, right here. He goes 2 under. Now on the 17th, he really gets going. Out of the bunker, up onto the green, and watch it, rolling, 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 and just misses the cup, but he drops that in for a birdie. Now, despite his earlier problems, Chin has a chance to tie if he can hold this one. But he comes very close. Watch the reaction. Doggone, so close, but yet so far. Here's the putt of the day. A 60-footer by Dave Barr, who finished his second to the tournament. Boy, what a nice one that was. And all North needs to do now is bogey the 18th, and he does that with ease, and he is the winner of the tournament today. The U.S. Open, Andy North with the 279, Dave Barr second, tied with T.C. Chen at 280, and Dennis Watson also at 280. Freddie Couples in at 290. He was 11 back, and Seattle golfer Rick Fair, 283, 4 back of North. On the ladies' side, Pat Bradley won the stop in Pittsburgh, New York. Nancy Lopez was second of that one. Out at Longacres this afternoon, it was Polynesian Flyer, the winner of the feature race of the Seattle Slew Handicap, paying $12.60. I think we're going to see this race soon, folks. Hang in there with me. $12.60 for the win, $5.80 for the place, and $3.80 for the show. Look at this horse draw away. Polynesian Flyer. It's all Polynesian. I love Gary. Smoke and Tobin is second, paying $4.20 and $3. And Ono Gummo was third, paying $3.40 for the show. Linda says, who? Favored Holy Rascal with Gary Bays ran sixth in that. Well, I'll tell you a guy who didn't run sixth today, Mario Andretti. Watch him pass Al Unser Jr. This is the Indy cars down in Portland today. Al Unser Jr. passed with about 20 miles to go. Andretti never relinquishes the lead. He finishes 24.8 seconds ahead of Unser. Andretti's 45th career IndyCar win. He probably won this race when he stopped in the pits. 18-second pit stop today. Can you imagine getting gas in a pit stop in 18 seconds? Mario Andretti, today's Portland winner. Well, this week's hydro stop was in Syracuse, where the Budweiser with Jim Cropfield was the winner. Cropfield had to drive through a wall of water put up by the 7-Eleven, driven by Steve Reynolds. The mishap disqualified Reynolds, by the way. The American Speedy Printing was second. The U-22 was third, and the Executone fourth. Frank Kenny Toyota driver Leif Borgesson escaped serious injury earlier in the day when his boat flipped. He sustained a broken ankle in that one. We go from Hydros over to Memorial Stadium. Guadalajara of Mexico beat Football Club Seattle 3-2. In the game, Brian Spencer drew a red card. His brother, he scored a goal. The Spencers are just about all of this team. Guadalajara's Hector Prieto scored 2 goals. The Seattle club had 22 shots on goal. The Pro Bowlers tournament is in our city through Wednesday, and so far Wayne Webb has the lead, followed by George Pappas. Seattle's Ed Ressler is in the 9th spot. The pick six carryover, $201,206.97.
I think I'll
Guess where I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah, right. I'll give you $2 before you leave. But
$201,206.97. You hit pick 6 horses in a row on a $2 bet. That's what you pick up.
That's worth a try.
90 degrees tomorrow. Is the track open? I don't think it is on Monday, is it? It might be. Call and find out.
We'll find out. Give me a horse that doesn't sweat.
Yeah,
Up next,
right.
Jay Casho tells us if our mini heat wave is going to continue. And then the story of a woman who intends to swim farther next week, and most of us will swim in a lifetime.
Pocketbook. I respect that. York, check your yellow pages.
Whoever thought that baseball was a young man's game just hasn't taken a close look lately at major league rosters, because there is a solid group of players in their 40s. They're still putting on the spikes every day, hoping to add to their reputations as possible Hall of Famers. Karen Burris reports.
Most baseball players are in their mid-20s before they make it to the major leagues. Many have retired before they reach age 30. Baseball is a sport where the average career is just 6.5 years long. But this year, there is a bumper crop of players who defy the youthful statistics of the game. This season, there are 10 Major League ball players ages 40 and older. That's the largest number ever, except during the World War II years when older players were kept on to fill team rosters, while younger players served in the military. At age 46, Phil Niekro is the oldest player in baseball. He stays because his knuckleball still fools batters half his age, and because even after 21 years in the big leagues, one goal still eludes him.
I've led the league in just about every category on good sides and bad sides. I've been in the All-Star games, and I've pitched a no-hitter. I've gotten a couple playoffs, but I haven't gotten to that World Series.
At age 44, Pete Rose is trying to break Ty Cobb's record for hits and predicts he will succeed by late August. Rose is playing and managing for the team he started with when he was a 22-year-old kid more than 2 decades ago.
See, I think we're grown-ups. There's no reason why you should get old.
At age 43, Tony Perez became the oldest player to hit a Grand Slam home run. Perez is still playing because he was willing to admit he couldn't play every day. He changed from being in the lineup as a regular to pinch hitting.
To have a nice making money on for your family, to kids to go to school and go through college, you have to stay in the game.
Those who have played 20 seasons work hard to stay fit. Fewer players report to spring overweight and out of shape. They work out all winter, and it pays off in the summer. Times have changed.
I think you'll look at the older players who have been here are the ones that do have good social and good dietary, good nutritional habits.
There is plenty of incentive for players to stay in shape. Last season, the average salary was more than $325,000. Could dream of being paid off the playing field.
No question, players take much better care of themselves because financially the longevity factor is so important.
3 of the over 40 pitchers have a chance to claim their 300th win this summer, which is a likely ticket into the Hall of Fame. Don Sutton is closing in on his goal.
I'd like to win 300, but I won't stay out here to embarrass myself to do it.
They play because they are still better than most, and because the game is...
Road trips. I hate being away from home. I hate being working 7 days a week. I hate working 6 out of 7 days you're working nights. I don't like it, but I love to pitch.
I think I could walk down the street and ask them, and I think 99 guys would say yes.
99 guys might say yes to the job, but not all of them would be able to give the job 20 years and still keep going. Karen Boris, CBS News, Cincinnati.
And that's our report. CBS News will, of course, continue to interrupt regular programming if warranted by developments in Beirut. For now, this is Bob Schieffer saying good.
No way. After 8 wins in a row, Mariners come up with a loss today. We'll show you that and show you Chip Hanauer winning a hydro race, all when we come back.
Want the lowest price when you buy your truck or car. Want value and selection. You don't want to look too far. In little old Lake City, there's a place you can compare. Just one man who's got it all. Bill Pierre.
Hi, this is Jerry Amble to tell you about the double discount Thunderbird sale going on right now at Bill Pierre Ford in Little Old Lake City. These babies are loaded and can be yours for only $11,499 or less than $199 a month. So where should you go to compare? Bill Pierre!
Ooh, Alberto Mousse. Feel that softness in your style. Alberto Mousse European Styling Foam.
Designed to hold your hair in any style with softness.
Ooh, Alberto Mousse. Feel that softness in your style. Ooh, Alberto. Now for sculptured styles, try new Alberto Gelée. For permed or color-treated hair, new Alberto Mousse to moisturize. And brighten gray, white, and silver blonde hair with this new Alberto Mousse. Feel that softness in your style. Ooh, Alberto.
These kids are protected by the leading mosquito repellent, but only this one by Deep Woods Off. Now they'll try to endure the mosquito hours, the 5 hours from dusk to dark when thousands of bloodthirsty mosquitoes come out to bite. Within hours, the leading repellent stops working. Not Deep Woods Off. 5 hours later, Deep Woods Off still works.
Mom.
Deep Woods Off fights bites for hours, even the mosquito hours.
Rent the new Easy 2 high-pressure washer. Put the power of high-pressure water to work for you and clean almost anything. The Easy 2 high-pressure washer is engineered to operate on ordinary household current, yet provides the same cleaning power used in industry. Rent it and do almost any cleaning job yourself. It's fun, easy to use, and easy to transport. Rent the Easy 2 high-pressure washer.
Phone 1-800-562-4185 for rental locations near you.
Guilty. Not guilty.
Tired of legal ping pong? Watch the People's Court. It's like an introduction to basic law.
People's Court, weekdays at 4.
Well, we almost pulled it off. Another record for the Mariners, but we fell just a little short. Just a little short, about 4 runs short, so that's not so close. Almost a combat zone at the Dome today. We'll show you what we mean. All good things must come to an end, as we've been talking about. Mariners win streak comes to an end today. The hands of the Cleveland Indians, who haven't won very many this year. Indians 7. And the Mariners only had 3. All right, we pick it up to the boys on board quickly. Joe just barely gets one over Phil Bradley and signed. That's a dome run. Indians lead 1-0. Now, that's a nice hit by Dave Henderson's going into the gap there between right and center up against the wall. Ivan Calderon around third. Come on, Ivan, get in there. They decide not to throw, and we've got a 1-1 tie. Bob Kearney is up then. He hits what is a routine fly ball to center field. Brett Butler gets under it in center. Dave Henderson on his third. And here comes the throw to the plate. David Steeman home and bang on Chris Bando right there. But Dave came up with a bruised thigh. He's out of the game. Then Indian P. Smith, watch this, gets hit on the side of the head with just a line drive off Phil Bradley's bat. Look here. Smack. And he goes down. They laid there for quite a while. Bando, believe it or not, tried to make the catch. They took Smith to the hospital for precautionary reasons. He walked off the field, so should be okay. Roy Smith, the starting pitcher today. Fourth inning, the big blow of the game right here. Boom. That is Carmen Castillo. And a line drive, 3-run home run, does it right over the Mariners sign there in left field. Makes it 5-2. M's get one right here. Boom time. Jimmy Presley sends one over the left field wall into the tunnel right there. That's home run number 16 for Jim. But the M's go down to defeat today, as you can see, by a score of 7-3. They only lost one game in the last, 10, 12 days. So the Mariners are rolling. They'll go to Chicago next. Kansas City helps out. They beat league-leading California 3-1. The Oakland-Texas game is in progress. We'll have a final later. The White Sox have lost 7 straight games at home. Minnesota beat them today, 4-3. Milwaukee on top the Yankees, 7-5. Mike Bottiger, a 3-hitter, as Baltimore beat Boston 3-0. And Toronto wins that series with Detroit 2-1, beating the Tigers today 6-5. Chicago back on the winning track. They beat Pittsburgh 9-2. Phillies over Montreal 3-2. In 11 innings, the Cards take another for the Mets 2-1 today. That's a sweep of that series for St. Louis. Cincinnati and San Diego, that game in progress. The Dodgers beat Atlanta 4-3. Pedro Guerrero hit another home run. That's his 15th in June. And Houston and San Francisco split their doubleheader 6-2 and 7-4, as you can see. By the way, another baseball note, Dodger pitcher Steve Howe, up to his old tricks, is showing up to the game late. Last Sunday, he showed up 2 hours late for the game, saying his wife locked the keys to the car in the house, which meant he had to take a 60-mile taxi ride. You got to make big bucks when you're doing that. Howe has been suspended by the Dodgers. I don't know yet if he ever made it to the game today. Well, one guy who did make it to the party today, that's Chip Hanauer. Hydras are in Detroit this afternoon, and for the first time in a long time, Chip Hanauer in the Miller American. That's his new boat. That's the old Atlas Van Lines. Here you go. Hanauer averaging 122.934 miles. The old boy Alberta was the only other boat to finish. Here you see Chip cross the finish line. The Miss Bud did not finish. Mechanical problems, as the Executone with Scott Pierce. Same thing, mechanical problems. Hanauer had these comments after the race.
Well, I can't tell you what it means to win again in Detroit. This is where it all started. This is the history of bull racing, and where we had nothing but frustration. I think we even doubted ourselves there for maybe a day or two. But it was all made worth it today because of the guys you see in the uniforms here. They are, without a doubt, the most
dedicated time trials to see who will represent the U.S. in Italy this coming August. The course, 1 mile. A flat course, 25 laps or 25 miles. The race won today by Inga Thompson, followed by Rebecca Twigg. All race for the 7-11 team. There you see her going across the finish line. Golf today, Hal Sutton won the Memphis Golf Classic in the first sudden death hole over David Ogren. Now, Ogren could have won it on the 8th birdie putt. Watch this, and you'll see one frustrated golfer. Not too long to putt. He can win it right here for his first tournament ever, but just misses. Watch this reaction. This is great. Now, this could be an ad for Wilson. They could have paid him to say had a pretty good day. 48-7 over Denver in the USFL playoffs, and the final score here today, Oakland 30 and Tampa Bay at 27. So the USFL playoffs are underway. Does anybody care?
That was the question. I was saying today I watched my very first quarter of USFL football.
What did you think?
Well, it looked pretty good, at least that quarter with Oakland playing. That was a pretty good game. But next year, will they be around?
That's a good question. They keep getting fewer and fewer. It's a tight league, maybe about 5-6 teams next year.
Okay. We'll be back in just a moment, and Jay Cascio will tell you what we can expect for the 4th of July and some folks who are inside in search of glory.
This thing runs so good, I'm getting angry. I'm getting out. I'm getting caustic.
State rebate. United will send you a check for 50% of the amount paid for your travel on United when you fly any regularly scheduled United flight between July 1st and 7th and send in a copy of your ticket.
Is the room big? Are there windows? Furniture? Is it a busy room? Or one just for listening? You see, we not only want you to get the lowest price on a stereo, we want you to get the right stereo. prices are low, the advice is free.
Guilty. Not guilty.
Tired of legal ping pong? Watch the People's Court. It's like an introduction to basic law.
People's Court.
Down to earth, ending the win streak at 8. Nice win streak. Always fun to win. A 7-3 Cleveland win today. As we mentioned, one scary moment of the game. Cleveland pitcher Roy Smith hit in the side of the head with a line drive. Then follows with a pop fly. Really gets into shallow center field. Brett Butler comes in. Now we got a play at the plate. Dave Henderson tags up at third. On the way to home, watch him here. Run into Chris Bando. Bando drops the ball, and Dave Henderson scores. Now here's the play. Winds up, throws it to Phil Bradley. Bradley out of hitting. Terran Nails are racing today. Today's race time trials to see who will represent the U.S. to Italy.
And forget the payment for 6 months. Haul it.